Yeah. Overseas with it. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah, niggas think they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Slipping on my pimpin', nigga, never that. Always had more women than bitches, nigga, roger that. Money is the root of all evil, get the fuck back. We been brainwashed from a fetus just to get scratch that. Now I'm on a mission just to get dope. Physical or crypto, from the 9 to 5 or a kick dough. When shit get cold, like the hometown of Klitschko. Vladimir, your boys out of here with the sick flow. Now I ain't no rushing, but I'm rushing through this budget. I turn the booth into a gun, raise the way I'm busting. I cop the whole onion, then I got it from my cousin. In and out of traffic, toe tagging, we be hustling. I understand and shine first to realize your time worth. Can't be rich until you enrich your mind first. But I'ma be ignorant with my black ass and probably swipe my black card to buy black mask. Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. That moolah, that cheese, that fettuccine, that guala. It's what a nigga after, so holla at me tomorrow. I'm looking for investors to throw some bread at the startup. Straight to the top, I'm cream of the crop with the product. Money isn't everything, but in this society, you gotta have funds to have fun, so don't lie to me. 153 million the fucking lottery. World keep spinning, I just mold it like fucking pottery. Fuck that poverty shit, my niggas gotta get rich. Hip hop over everything like hippopotamus clicks. Niggas wanna hate, that be on some anonymous shit. People wanna relate, they wanna be a part of my clique. We are not with the shits, the toilet did not get fixed. All left fail, every door come off the hinge. $1 million in my bank account, the sweetest revenge. 75% in the savings, making some sense. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's Godkilla in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Good morning to you. Man, we right here, man. We sitting in it. We right here. We in the thick of it. Right? Always got to be that, man. Man, I see the peoples is out tonight. The stars is out tonight. Sister Sci-Fi, what's good? Big up to you. Pseudo Killer Army. What's going on, Cedric? What it do, man? Pseudo Killer, what's good? What else we got? Monitoring the chat. Rock City, New York. Good to see you around, bro. You know what it is, man. Malik, what it do? What it do? What it do? Thurman, what's going on with you, man? Elder Nubian, man. Peace and Benjamin. Ladies and Benjamin. Y'all is not going to get me started this morning, man. I can't wait till they put that whole video out so we can watch the expert on that. That was a good video. Big up to Smash, yo, for having that conversation with the expert, man. We can see where the rubber meets the road, yo. Right? I mean, I like that. You know, the expert gave him his little, you know, he was like, yeah, man, you a little bit better than the layman with the way you read them glyphs. That's what he said. He said that. So we gotta accept that. I mean, hey, man, ain't nobody ever question whether Smash could read the glyphs. Never question that. I seen him do it in real time. Never question that. I always question his comprehension after he read the damn thing. Did he put it in his proper cultural context? And that's what he's lacking at completely. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, good morning, family. We don't want to start out howling and screaming. That we don't want to do. We don't want to strike up the war. Miss Tiffany, how you doing? What it do? Godkilla. What it do? What it do? What it do? Danny, what's up with you? DK. Mr. Metro, man. Come on, Mr. Metro. Stop with this killing me. Come on, man. Come on, man. We know it don't mean black people. That's all we know. We know it don't mean black people in the land of the black people. The expert X that all out. So we good with that. Now we got every expert we bought said the same thing. So we good with that. We good. We do know what it don't mean, though. That's what we do know. That's what we do know. This show ain't about that, though. We wanted to start off with a little hyperbole. Get it going. All right, man. Morning time, man. Y'all should be behind y'all desk or riding y'all car, man, or doing something, man. Hey, man, go listen to the interview. Give them some views on them. Listen closely. Listen closely. I want to see what the rest of it say, though. You Smash was putting out his stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I like that, man. And I just like that, man. That's good for the whole community, man. That way we ain't got argue no more, man. Joe, boy, you in the, I see you in the green, glowing. You know what I'm saying? Glowing, the glowing green that got the everglow, the green, the nature, the power, photosynthesis, the thing that powers Earth. Yeah, that green is mean. Man, y'all can become a member of the channel, man. All right. Sign up, man. $4.99 a month. Right? That'll help everything we doing. Or you can go to $24.99. However you feel. Everything is appreciated, man. We just not on here talking just to talk. That ain't what we do. We're not gonna never talk you to death with foolery. That ain't what we doing. Nope, we're not doing that. We're gonna transmit science. We're gonna transmit. What do you say? Every time they bring an expert and realize they got to yeah, you're right about that, Shetty. That's funny. No, we've been saying that, man. You know, it's all everything is all on tape, man. They had a long conversation before I get started, man. Look, they had a long conversation on this. Look, they had a long conversation on this. Look, this was good. At this point, yo, where is that? Let me see. Where is that? I don't want that. I don't want that. Where's the book? Where is the book? Looking for the book. Ancient Egypt Society, Challenging Assumptions, Exploring Approaches. Who do we got here? Cooney. Y'all know who Cooney is. Miss Cooney. Me and Garfield interviewed her. And you remember some of the things she said. Big up to Omar Reed, man, the clipper. He's the clipper. We're going to clip him up. We're going to definitely clip him. We're going to clip him. So, y'all remember me that I was on, let me see. I was on Sarnetta thing. And with Jabari and them, y'all remember that, right? And I'm going to get in and out, right? And y'all remember me reading this. Look at this. Y'all gonna remember it. We're gonna get the clips on that too. We're gonna clip them up. Smash broke this. I was reading the shifting boundaries and conflicting perspective. Right? We was reading that, and I was trying to tell Smash, read the whole thing, bro. And I got to reading the whole thing, and basically it was talking about how the Kim could be also in the Delta, because it talked about forget a worker or something going to get food, right? And he was going to get it from the Kim, but he was, and based off his direction, he was going towards the Delta. This story was talking about that. Smash got it all mixed up. And I swear to goodness, man, the expert was saying, no. If you know what I'm saying, the map is different in Egypt, right? So he was, so he wasn't going south, right? He was going into the Kim. He was, going down. Remember, it's downstream towards the Mediterranean. That's actually downstream. No, my upstream. No, that's the river flows, right, in a direction towards the Mediterranean. I guess that would be downstream. Right. And so the story is talking about a man going to the Kemet, right? What Cooney talked about is how the Kemet it's not all of Egypt. Y'all remember that, right? Right. Can't be applied to that. Remember, y'all heard it on that interview first, right? And everybody argued us down that Kemet meant the black people. We were saying it can't be the black people because it don't mean all of Egypt. And she talked about the Deseret. We did all that, right? How in the hell do the expert come on and say just that? And then all of a sudden, that's what they've been teaching the whole time. It's all on film. This is what I like. See, you could say something before there was YouTube and all that. Yo, you could say something, man. And you can act like that ain't what you said. But now that it's all on tape, the eye in the sky is powerful. But this was the story right here. I'm not going to get into this. I'm setting up something. I got the clip man working. Yeah, I mean, clip man himself, Omar Reed. We working on it, and it's going to be fire. Fire. Yeah, how they said fire. That's how they say in the college community. All right. So that story, I'm gonna play that. I was on side that. I was like, yo, read the whole thing. He wouldn't do it. He turned out, went and got it. They was all cracking jokes. That's the story. When I was trying to explain to them that Kemet doesn't mean all of Kemet. It's just those areas with that black soot or dirt. Oh, here we go. So this book, Reality Check. How science deniers threaten our future. So the conscious community actually promotes ideas that threaten our future. This is why we all in around here. This is why we all in. Right? We all in to bring out reality of where we at. And so the title of this joint is The Person Within. Right? How to navigate after colonialism. So they shaped and formed our reality for us. And it started out by racializing us, by changing our names. Names had powerful meanings, at least in those particular days. That actually meant something. You would try to live up to your name that was given to you, right? All cultures have that. African Americans have gotten back into that, adding stuff. You know how we get the name Jaquika. Put a meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? When I named my children, I gave them different names from different parts of the continent and put it together, and it means something. So whenever they read their name, they know that's what they're supposed to live up to. Now, interesting, right? And so colonialism knocked all that out. It shaped and it transformed us, right, into a reality that was more fit to be a slave. And so this whole time, we've been fighting to get that. We've been fighting to get that small piece back. Been fighting to get back that understanding of the world we in. Been fighting for that, right? Now, there is no excuse by now. There is no reason why we can't continue to forge forward based off of the victories in the past of our elders and our ancestors. They did a great job of fighting against colonialism despite colonialism. They did a great job of fighting out of slavery despite slavery. So you ain't gonna never hear me say, yo, man, that's slavery. Yo, we better off now. That's a Candace Owens statement. Because it's not that we're better off because of slavery or that there's a net gain because of slavery or colonialism. No, despite slavery, despite colonialism, we stand right here and say Black African power, recognizing where we came from, the continent of Africa. We don't know what tribe and clan slavery raised that, but we understand Africa. And we understand it through the eyes of anthropology because that is the study of culture through archaeology, all right? Through genetics, through historical accounts, through the eyes of the indigenous people. This is the journey we all been on. This is the journey humanity has been on. And as humanity segues into different continents and different areas and different ecological niches, each population fits together their own story of understanding of their ecological system and how they navigate it and how they get to the point of getting enough resources to start to build their reality. Slavery disrupted that. That's what slavery is. Then they piled on. I call it the pile on. You already got your foot on the neck, right? And then you got the thing called Jim Crow. Prior to Jim Crow, you got sharecropping. So you got slavery, where your food, clothing, and shelter was there because they needed to shelter you, clothe you, and feed you so that you could have enough strength to work. Right? All right. Got the scraps, chitlins, stomach, pig feet, pig ears. You got the scraps and you made a cuisine. Despite, see, I ain't going to say, hey, man, boy, we developed them chitlins and the ears, the pig ears, soup and all that, pigtails, because of slavery, man. That's a pot. No, despite all that, despite you giving us the wild portions of the pig, the discarded pieces, we turned it into something, right, that was good protein for us. So slavery gave you food, clothing, and shelter based off of your work. Sunday, when they freed you on Sunday, Monday became sharecropping. Now you got to pay for your food, clothing, and shelter. Sharing the crops, sharecropping. You farm it, you get a piece of it, and the majority of it go to the master. Craziest thing ever. You work through that. Despite slavery, you make it to sharecropping. And despite sharecropping, right, then you make it to Jim Crow. Now they got the wild Jim Crow laws. Man, the colored people there, that's your bathroom. They had the little toilet. The toilet be about this big, yo. You had to aim. I don't mean no harm. I'd have been sneaking. I'd have had to snuck to the white bathroom. Crazy. It was illegal. We go back a little bit. It was definitely illegal to read. All right. You know, when you can't read, people perceive you as being dumb. All right. Yeah. You know, you can read the Bible. Snuck and read. A lot of people learn how to read through the Bible. Crazy. Right. And, you know, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, everybody wasn't reading like you think. There were people that actually was reading. But I'm saying, like, my father taught himself how to read. I think he was born in 1946. He taught himself how to read. Damn. Go figure that. So, Jim Crow laws, right? You know, where they put the different signs and all that nonsense. And it's the craziest thing, man. Put you in a position where Jim Crow, where you gotta have a job, you know, after slavery, you gotta have a job. How? Or they put you in prison and you right back to working free. All these things occur to us, man, right? And now we understand epigenetics. How did that affect the children and the babies? Not saying that the genes can't mend, right? Because we know about that doesn't mean it has to carry on to now, right? But yo, how did it affect their way of life? How did it affect the way they do it? We know that. We know people like Patty Hearst, right? Stockholm syndrome. You know what I mean? I know the sister she came up with not Stockholm syndrome. Sometimes slave syndrome. I gotta look. Neil, I forget her name. What's her name, Juju? Put that in the chat for me, right? And that's that. You know that might that can be pretty close. I'm not quite sure, right? What I want to say is that these conditions caused environments, right? Who I need to unblock, Juju? Who got blocked up? Let me see. Hold on. Let me. What's my placeholder? My placeholder is. Let me see. How can I get you to block? Where you at? Let me unblock some people. When I unblock you, don't come over here being stupid. I don't know why you should just not come with another daggone thing. Man, hit that Cash App, man, this morning, man. Show some love, man. Let's see. Copyright. Shoot. All right, let me see. Permissions, agreements, promotions. Not answering that phone. Channel, nope. Permissions. I don't know, Juju. Go over here. Let me see if I can get some of y'all out of prison. Y'all got me rocking. Maybe channel. Let's see. All right. Hold on. Features, add, manage, view setting, channel. No, that ain't it. One more chance at it. Nope. Whatever you did, you shouldn't have did it. You wouldn't have got blocked. I don't recall. I don't even block people. Add, remove. You gotta be wild. You gotta say something real effish for me to get you. That ain't it. I don't know. Y'all blocked up for a minute. Trust me, yo, I'm not gonna spend my day trying to unblock somebody that deserved it. You would have somebody, the moderator might have killed you for a reason. You might have threw up too many arrows. I don't think they get you blocked, but we shooting at all arrows because arrows are ineffective against high altitude bombers, very ineffective against tanks, and anything in the modern age. You definitely can shoot somebody with it, but once you get that one shot, that's it. You're done. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Okay. Welcome. Nope. Not that channel. Nope. Oh, all right. Getting here. All right. Let's see. Okay, we right here. Oh, that's stupid. Definitely not unblocking Chief X. He's forever dead. Go make 30 movies. Let me see. Fake movies. Who I supposed to be? Pure Black? Juju, Pure Black? All right, let me see. But I ain't block him. Yeah, he done made another account. Yeah, be smart, make another account and come in. That's all I see. I see the Pure Black. All right, Juju. I don't see everybody you talking about. Who was in there? Who was in there, Juju? Oh man, y'all supposed to be killing all arrows. Delete all arrows. All arrows definitely get deleted. Yeah, we don't play that. We don't play arrow. Now I don't feel like they. Sosa says, "How do we feel about them hunter gatherers, the arrows? They savages." Nah, I don't think they. I don't think they savages. Think they're insane. All right, all arrows get deleted because they're ineffective in the world we live in. Not unless you go into a shooting range and it's all propped up for you, and the target's there, and you shoot. Right? But you run at yeah, it's ineffective, yo. Pharaoh, I mean, the arrows is bananas. Yeah, it make no sense. All right, what you okay? Who? What Juju? What you got to put it in there? Who? Yeah, that's Dr. Joy the girl. That's her, the girl. Am I saying it right? Well, what's the person you want to unblock? All right, Juju took too long. She didn't respond. I did. I'm getting out of that. I'm gonna keep moving on. All right, I was at, where was I at? Man, I think I was at the portion of sneaking in and out of bathrooms. I'm not I can't go all the way back up in the chat. Too much to do. Right. I don't want to unblock them anyway. They must have said something stupid. To get blocked. They shouldn't have did it. Make them go ahead and do all that. Go make another account then. I tried. I did what I could do. Right. So basically what I'm saying is all these things we went through. Then you get to the civil rights movement. I want to go back to Jim Crow for a minute. What I can't understand is the lack of understanding what Jim Crow really was evident in these conversations. We actually had people fighting for terminology and standards that was actually put forward during Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? Like the one drop rule. That's when I realized, right? That's when I realized that people didn't really care about us. They only cared about if they could win the conversation with a quote unquote expert. Let me say this right. They didn't care about us. They only cared if they could match up what the expert says to make it seem like they won some type of conversation. Craziest thing ever, yo. Right? And I said it 100 times. They don't care. Let me see. Hold on. So no, they never actually cared, bro. They just wanted to, they just wanted to do what they wanted to do. They didn't actually want to. No, they didn't. Yeah, they want to educate you. They wanted to make it seem like an expert was supporting their wild claims. And they all did it, yo. And it was like it was a matter of ignorance for me. It was definitely a matter of ignorance for me. So just to title this alone, right? For all y'all to support the one drop rule because it makes you Egyptians black. It's right here. How the one drop rule became a tool of white supremacy. How the one drop rule became a tool of white supremacy. Only those that have been fashioned after the likeness of colonialism would promote the one drop rule. This is a great read. I'm going to put it in here for y'all. I'm going to say this again. Those who have been fashioned in the image of colonialism will continue to promote the one drop rule. They definitely promote the one drop rule. Within the context of colonial enslavement, blackness, prototypical and phenotypical African features such as dark skin, broad nose, and tightly coiled hair, right, were undeniable markers of inferiority. These features serve to immediately communicate one's position within the social power structure and in the context of enslavement, whether one was free or enslaved. If you were white, you were free. If you were black, you were enslaved. Simple. So I'm not sitting back here, not on my watch, thinking that that's a slick statement that a scholar makes and with some kind of way support my argument. I seek intelligence. We seek intelligence. We seek to be in the upper echelons of thinkers. No thinker is going to go for that. We're going to say, one drop rule, let's look that up. Let's see what that means. Let's look at the cultural context of that. When was that created? Okay, boom, let's join Jim Crow. Blah, blah, blah. We got articles to read. So you're actually promoting colonialism when you accept the one drop rule. Once again, how the one drop rule became a tool of white supremacy. So now we got people, based off the wild Egyptian conversation, adhering to the one drop rule so they can make the Egyptians black. It's got to be a misstep. At some point, yo, we got to get the person within. But then I start to think, well, the person within, who are we? How have we became this way? It's almost like you got to scrub the person within. It's almost like you got to recheck that, right? You got to refurbish that person within. It's a lot of trash and garbage in that. 400 years of trash and garbage passed down, right? Mental faculties, cultural elements, things had to be redefined. Things had to be reworked so that we could survive in an environment of Jim Crow, so we could survive in an environment of enslavement. Civil rights movement. The civil rights movement is to fight for your civil rights, to fight for your humanity. We had to do that. The mistake is that people will take that and act like they still in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and promote the same nonsense. I don't want to call it nonsense, but you're promoting the same message as if things had not moved forward. No, we definitely not on back on the Egyptian thing. The Egyptian thing is a symptom of a deeper underlying problem with our community. The elbows is a symptom of a deeper rooted underlying problem in our community. The Black Hebrews is a symptom, right, of a deeper rooted problem that's right here, y'all. We can accept the fact that we actually came from Africa by way of a wild boat. Can't accept it. And this is when I draw on my experiences, and I say it again. How do you get back to a place? Talked about this on the last show. How do you get back to a place when you was functioning in your environment, in a new environment? The same way I did it with the drugs and the alcohol. I'm in the environment of drugs and alcohol. I'm a participant in it. I had to take my mind back to the spot when I wasn't in it. I had to look around. That look around was deep inside of me. I had to see clear. There's no drugs, there's no alcohol. I'm drinking water and Kool-Aid. So I had to realize that there was a time and space when I wasn't that. And if it was a time and space when I wasn't that, I could actually get back to that. As human beings, man, we carry baggage with us that could be perceived as negative, of course. You got to clean that up. That's what they say in therapy, man. You got to clean that thing up. And so if y'all don't think that the Black Americans, African Americans actually don't need therapy based off of all the trash that was passed on to us, you tripping. These things really have affected us. Absolutely. And we wonder why we do what we do, because we haven't taken that good hard look. And when you do take the good hard look, right? People claim you not being black. Oh, so what you saying? You saying the Egyptians ain't black? What you saying? We ain't black people? No, I'm simply saying the way we got that name, right, came under colonialism, and it's safely fixed in time periods, and we should not apply that to indigenous people. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying it very clearly. And I'm saying the only way to fix our mentality is to go back into a space when we had different mentalities. That doesn't mean we was living in a perfect environment. It never means that. Doesn't mean that. Then we falsely promote that we was perfect. Now, that's like me going back into my past, like I had to do to get cleaned up, and then making up something. No, it's all about being in reality. Reality was, right, when we was in our indigenous form in Africa, right, there was problems in the community. But if you don't recognize that there was problems in the community, then you can't look to the ways we fixed the damn community. If you had no problems, there was nothing that you fixed. And so we go back and make this perfect world where the melanin was glistening and we was flying through the air with the grace of ease and we had superpowers. And then when you snap back into reality, you think you got superpowers. You have not fixed it. You're promoting the lie. You're continuing to promote the lie. Colonialism was a lie. Slavery was a lie. I'm saying the way we had to live was not how human beings should have to live. That's the lie. Slavery itself is real. But the way it forces you to live is not how humans should live. But being a part of that process, we came to understand that's the way we got to do it. And we ain't got to do it. And that's what I'm saying. We got to take a real authentic look back into the past. And the way we take an authentic look back into the past is through science. It's through anthropology. It's the study of where we came from. And this is where the goddamn rubber meets the road. Big up to the elbows. I'm on y'all damn head all day, every day. That's what we doing. We moving out the Black Egypt conversation, right? Because after that expert was dropped, we don't got to say no more. Smash dropped the expert. We don't got to talk about that no more. We don't got to talk, but that's good. I'm good with that. I'm going to wait till the whole thing up. I'm going to critique it, right? And if all y'all want to be silly, right? We go through it. We heard them. We got the tapes. We know what he was saying. We're not crazy. We're not none of that. You can't fool us. You can't trick us. We understand what cults are. We understand what misinformation is. Nation Islam can't trick us. Nobody can do none of that. You just can't. Y'all can be just as crazy as y'all want to be. That's okay. We got to move forward. And every now and then I'm going to go back and touch them up a little bit. But I'm saying it's about going back past colonialism, recognizing your strengths and your weaknesses and bringing your strengths forward. That's what I'm saying. If we don't clean that up and take that good, hard inward look, yo, man, we're going to keep suffering, yo. Bad enough humanity suffers anyway. Bad enough, right? Bad enough. So let me read this, though. Then we'll get into colonialism a little bit, man. Guy, what's up, brother? What it do? What it do? Gullah, what it do? Mr. Metro, who won the argument, it was never about winning and losing. It was about pushing people to get you the expert. See what I'm saying? I don't know what they was thinking about. I was always saying, yo, if I can get the experts into the conversation, yo, then I did my job. Because then we can just listen. We can rewind and shit. We can say, oh, what was Ankh saying? What was the pseudo killer saying? What was this person saying? And we don't gotta do it. We don't gotta argue that. The conversation's over with. Who won? I don't know. Y'all should know. Based off of what you heard us all say, line it up proper, get away, listen to things that were presented, right? And then you make your decision. Understand it. But don't let colonialism get in the way. Don't start promoting supremacist ideas. Don't do it to yourself just to think you won something. That's how you know you lost. If you got to promote white supremacist ideas, right? Just to think you won, you're really lost, because it's about not promoting that. It's about not furthering that lie, right? That we was something that we wasn't. We was a healthy people, charismatic people, still are. We was humans. They said we wasn't that. So let's read this right here. Let's change gears for a little bit just to get back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you slow it down just to move forward. Yeah, I know that, right? That's basketball, yo. It's a good retreat. You know what I mean? It's called escape dribble. Bah, bah. Will get you be able to go forward. Okay. Talking about proof. This is Donald Prothero. Man, highly recommended, man. Get everything he got. Whole library, well written. All right, Donald Prothero. Like if you really want to know some things, man, especially like evolution, I suggest you deal with Donald Prothero and Bill Nye, the Science Guy. This is another Donald Prothero work, right? Listen to his videos. His videos is serious too. So he says, proof, no proof, no proof. Y'all always hear people say, you don't got no proof, right? No proof. It's a great PR trick to claim that science has not proven smoking causes cancer. Smoking causes cancer. With 100% certainty. They always give you the 100%. Ah, it ain't 100% this. Watch this. On that anthrogenetic climate change, hold on, has not proven to be occurring, or whether inconvenient scientific reality we try to deny. I'm going to say this again. Let me read it one more time. It is a great PR trick to claim that science has not proven smoking causes cancer with 100% certainty, or that anthropogenic climate change has not been proven to be occurring, or whether inconvenient scientific reality we try to deny. It says, but nothing is real. Science is 100% proven, but nothing in real, but nothing in real science is 100% proven. Rubber meets the road. In real science, nothing is 100% proven. That's counterintuitive right there, bro. Right? So we don't want to hear all that, because you're not talking about science. You talking about pseudoscience. When you talking about it's 100% proven. Yeah, see, that's not science. Okay. But nothing in real science is proven 100%. Science is always about tentative hypotheses that are tested and retested, and only after hundreds of such studies are conducted and all agree on the common conclusion do scientists regard something as very likely or very well established or well collaborated, but never proven. Right now, y'all look at me like, huh? Proved is a word appropriate only to the world of mathematics, where proofs are possible within the limited artificial scope of the discipline. Proof is mathematics. Go back and digest that statement a minute. How many times have you been in a conversation, they say, ain't 100%? Good afternoon. Bunny, what's good? Miss Brown, what it do? Drop the link. Let's get back into colonialism real quick. So what is colonialism? We talk about this over and over again. For me, it represented an environmental pressure placed on Africans from the continent of Africa. You see the screen right here. Here you go. In a nutshell, this is colonialism right here. You see the Spaniards. We see the helmet, the Spaniards. The helmet, the conquistadors. Look, they got the land. They landed on Plymouth Rock. Oh man, crazy. Ordained by their God. We talked about the doctrine of discovery. Any lands discovered on this over this line is ours. This goes to Portuguese, this goes to Spain. We talk about that. Craziest thing ever. Crazy. What mindset would put you in this? Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain, 1492. In recent years, the story of this journey has evolved from an exciting tale of exploration to an event marking the beginning of violence against indigenous populations in North and South America. Not only North and South America, in Africa. Remember, they enslaved the native population in North and South America first. Remember that? And that native population could always just go home. And then they would get sick. Being around the Europeans actually got them sick. They talk about the wars they fought. It wasn't great wars. The people were sick, right? It was based off of the germs, based off disease brought by Europeans. That's my little star right there for y'all. When we get into the conversation of African Americans being the Native Americans and all that bull crap, we're going to start with disease. That's going to be the checkmate point. That's a stop sign that I will never let them pass. It was an exchange of germs and germ warfare that actually brought down the native population. It was the reason why they couldn't keep them enslaved. It was the reason why the population was just about wiped out. It was because of the infectious disease. We know about the stories of the smallpox. Once they realized that they couldn't handle the smallpox, right, which is an old world disease, you can actually find smallpox in Egypt. There's some record of that possibility. And so Europeans were part of the old world population, like Rome, France, Russia. Wasn't called these things in the older times of old. What else? We got the wars, the Crusades, right? You're talking about the Moors that went to Spain, groups of Africans, groups of North Africans, Berber tribes, some West African tribes. They was intermingling. They call this the old world. Spread disease amongst each other. They develop immunities. And so when that old world population ran into the new world population, this is a stop sign for everybody claiming that those natives in the Americas was black people. That's a bunch of malarkey. How do we know? Because their immune system, for the first time, had ran across old world diseases and it got ravished. This event would have happened prior to that if it was true that some kind of way The Africans sailed over here prior to that. No, you would have gave them diseases because that particular population had gotten away from the human population based off of migrations out of Africa 100,000 years prior, arriving in America somewhere approximately between 20,000 years. So these populations were separate for a minute, not long enough to create a whole nother boundary that would have not allowed them to mate. So my thing right here is clear. Everybody listen to this show. We on their heads. And we'll use colonialism and disease as a marker of checkmate. They can't get past that. So we'll do the research and the study on it, and we'll present it, and we'll stay right there for a minute. But that's the stop sign. They can't get past that barrier. They're not going to be able to do it. There's no record of the African populations getting decimated by disease from the Europeans. They all pretty much shared the same types of diseases because they lived in that world. And smallpox was one of them. And you know, it was West African knowledge and wisdom that gave a fight back against the pathogen. It's called, I call it fight the pathogen with the pathogen. You infect people with the smallpox a little bit, take some pus from an infected person, right? They call it inoculation. Cut a little strip in their arm, right? Put the little pus in there, sew it up. The person will get sick for about 7 days, right? And if they don't die, right, they will have immunity to smallpox. Native Americans, for the first time in their history, right, they wasn't ready for that. And it decimated them. They also, too, gave syphilis and stuff like that to the European population. They also gave them yellow fever. So it was a back and forth transfer. But the diseases that the Europeans brought decimated them. So that's our first stop sign in any conversation dealing with the elbows and Con Calloway. That's our first stop sign. Don't forget that. So what is colonialism? Colonialism is the segregation of indigenous people and the exploration of their land and resources. Has a long and brutal history, man. And I'm telling you, man, that we're still promoting that in certain conversations, man. Colonialism is defined as control by one power over a dependent area or people. It occurs when one nation subjugates another, conquering its population and exploiting it. So we was exploited, often while forcing its own language, cultural values upon its people. Goes on to say, by 1914, a large majority of the world's nations had been colonized by Europeans at some point. Japan, Korea, Thailand are the only other nations never to have been colonized by Europeans. You see they left out China, right? There's a whole story about tea in China. Maybe Miss Tiff will talk about that and how they got a foothold in China and got the tea. So this process was global, y'all, and it was powered by the transcontinental slave trade. So be careful when you're trying to win arguments of blackness, of this, of that. Be careful not to use the pseudoscientific ideas promoted by colonialism. Be careful not to use the racialized ideas promoted by colonialism. A lot of work to be had, right? So we talk about what? Epigenetics and child development, how children experience effects in their genes. So it was these babies that were born and birthed on slave ships sometimes, definitely in the Americas, that the way they was living would have had an effect on their genes. Now, these effects does not necessarily have to get passed on. We understand that. Let me put this source for y'all. The point is the environment that the babies was in was an environment of colonialism. And each time we get out of that environment, another environment is set. And I named it environments. I said slavery. I said sharecropping. I said Jim Crow. And I said the era of civil rights. And we can go ahead and add on the crack era. All right. These are all environments that forged African American people that affected us. So I would like to say I'm a survivor to that particular aspect that would tear down and ravage Black America. We still see the effects of it. You got brothers and sisters coming home now from prison based off of these laws that was put together. They say that the war against drugs, it was really a war on the Black community. Nobody even disputes that. It was a war on the Black community, man. You know, these women giving babies in that environment, putting stress on the genes. Remember, humans are forged out of their environments, right? Remember that. Can't forget that. That's important. I think we so comfortable that we forget the stresses that we're going through and how it affected us. The President of the United States, he writes the first crime bill. And that bill levied sentences for those who were selling or got caught with crack cocaine higher than those who had, quote unquote, powder cocaine. Now, this is wild because it's actually subjective, meaning that there was a socially constructed view. Listen to me. It was a socially constructed view that crack cocaine was more dangerous than powder cocaine. That was socially constructed by those that put together bills, right, that waged war on us. Whether they meant to do it or not, that's exactly what happened. It was a social construct. And as a matter of fact, it was the ministers, the politicians, the quote unquote supposed to be intelligent people in our community, right? Community activists that actually voted for the damn crime bill. It was us that did it to ourselves. And I said, well, why did we do that? Because we had been colonized. We had went through all these different phases that I talked about, and it didn't allow us to make clear decisions. It couldn't have. Because you could clearly see that cocaine is cocaine is cocaine. And wherever you put some water on it, the fact that you put water on it and baking soda didn't stop it from being cocaine. It was just another form. One was hard and one was powdery. Right? It was cheaper. The crack was cheaper because it wasn't all cocaine. It was a whole lot of other trash they put with it. So if you was going to levy some type of charge, you should have levied it against the product that was more cocaine, right? But that's not what happened. So they socially constructed crack cocaine to be evil and menacing, and it was the Black community that helped actually construct this idea that made you get 50 years for having an ounce of crack and no time for having an ounce of powder. If you had 5 keys of powder cocaine, you would only get a year a key. I know. I got brothers, my homeboys went to jail. So we all knew the rule. Do not cook that shit up. That was the golden rule, right? We never cooked it up. Well, yeah, I snuck sometime and I had my man do it at another house away from another house, right? And then have them take it somewhere. But the golden rule was, bro, give it to the people you're giving it to, right? And let them cook it up. That's the real rule. Don't break that damn rule. That's crazy how they made us. We had to fashion the way we did things based off some wild rule that's socially constructed by our community. And then, of course, as the story goes, Barack Obama comes in. He says this is unjust, and they change it, and they start letting people out of prisons. But we ain't had no problem with voting on the president now because we didn't do our history, because we stuck in a particular political party, which we should never be. We should change our voting practices. Why don't we change our voting practices? Because in here, we still colonized. We should put our efforts and votes towards things that help change our community, make it better. This is where the rubber meets the road at. That we can choose Democrats or we can choose Republicans, and we shouldn't be browbeated by our own people based off of what we picking. We picking what's going to help us make it and survive. That's what we picking. Let me open up these lines, man. Man, hit that Cash App, man. Show some love, man. Let's see. Let's take a Cash App break, man. Yeah, I seen that. That's deep. All right. Open up the line, man. We're going to take that Cash App break, man. Show some love, man. Stop playing, man.
Yeah, daily crazy for this one, boy. Check. Look. First things first, I freaks out the honeys. Dummies, edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a road
keep coming.
But nothing better motherfucking move.
Better move but the Cash App money. Man, show some love, man.
Nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Nothing better move but the likes. Hit the likes and subscribe, y'all.
First things first, I freaks out
the honey.
Dummies, edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a road of dice. But nothing better motherfucking move but the money. But nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Nothing better move but the Cash App money. Show some love, y'all. Y'all want to show the ride.
Shoot another invoice. Hey. Working by the 9, need to get Royce. Hey. Yeah, let it shine. It's the kid choice. Kid choice. My humble pie was a bit moist.
Hey.
Told me to do it big, bro.
Big, bro.
Ain't did it how you did, bro.
How you did it, bro?
Ain't living how you live, bro.
How you living, bro?
You hear me knocking, let me in, bro. I'm a big in the light. Every time that I speak in the mic, the electrolyte, Peter light that's giving you light. See what's done in the dark, go come to the light. Hell raising, you taking the heavenly flight. See the Glock is clipped up, the blunts is all wood, the insurance paid up, my bitch is very good, the dice in my hand, I smile as I should, cause I'm about to roll
Cash
first things first, I quarry freaks all the honeys, dummies, edible place for the gummies, gotta keep it coming, there's a road of dice, but nothing better motherfucking move but the Cash App money, nothing better move but the Cash App money. That's our song right there, man. If y'all like to see this morning show, just support the morning show, man. Joel always support it. Let me read this comment, man. Change our voting practices. Dag, Ankh, sounding like the great Carter G. Wilson right now. Well, I had the great Carter G. Wilson to read. Stand on his shoulders. Reading accurately to approach situations with an intelligent mind. Big up to Joel, man. Let's see what we got. What we got? What love we got right here. Let's see what love we got. What did we get? Dun, dun, dun. Let me see. All right. Mr. Torres, man, you love all the time. Chuck, boy, I appreciate you, man. Redwood, there you go. That's love right there, man. Brass just come out of nowhere. Nowhere. Man, hit that twice. Off the chain. Man, we just want to have good content around here, man. So we didn't get into detail about the epigenetics, right? But I wanted to actually show you the sources so we don't get it mixed up and over explain or overdo it and become a pseudo. Okay, epigenetics. Okay, and how does it reflect to child development? Okay, epigenetics is an emerging area of scientific research that shows how environmental influences children's experiences actually affect
the expression of their genes. During the development, the DNA that makes up our genes accumulates chemical marks that determine how much or little the genes is expressed. The collection of chemicals marks is known as epigenome. It say the different experiences children have rearrange those chemical marks. This explains why genetically identical twins can exhibit different behaviors, skills, health, and achievements. Watch this. This means the old idea that genes are set in stone has been disproven. Nature versus nature is no longer a debate. It's nearly always both. Epigenetics explains how early experiences can have lifelong impacts. Imagine babies being born in the age of colonialism. Some will say we're still in that type of age. I ain't gonna overdo it. Not gonna do it. Your brain are particularly sensitive to epigenetic changes. And read all that. This is from Harvard Center of Developing Child, Harvard University. I want all y'all to have this source right here. Put it in your community of skeptics pseudo killer folder, man. We're gonna put this in the Discord, man. We can have healthy conversations around that, man. I think this has been a healthy conversation. Ghana, you wanted to say something, brother? Because I'm getting out of here. I got something to do.
You about to get out of here?
Yeah, I give you a say though.
All right. I don't even know where to start. There's a lot of things I'd like to correct it. That I think you was kind of not 100% correct with, but
give me one. Just give us one.
God, I don't even know which one to jump on, man. It's
you jump on one. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you get it off. I get you back tomorrow.
All right.
What was I wrong at? Well, I said something wrong.
Yeah,
Native American.
Like I say like the place where you said you felt that the diseases was the same in Africa as it was in Europe. Like during the Dark Ages, now disease was very wild in Europe. It was like above and beyond anything you probably can imagine. Like disease, like plague on top of plague on top of plague. That was not happening in other parts of the world. That wasn't even happening in Africa. It wasn't that we was so much exposed to them on why we had immunity. It was more or less the fact that, as you was getting into about inoculation, more or less the fact that we practice scarification in many places, and because of scarification, that works as inoculation. You know what I mean? It opens up scars to you. We do it when you're young. You get it. You get immune to it. So even being exposed, you had a better chance of surviving it. But you are right. That's what they use. That's the main thing they use going around the world when they're going around and conquering people. A lot of the effect of it is just natural disease, the ability just to show up and, you know, just them showing up alone with those kind of diseases, like, you know what I mean, showing up with COVID-19, you know what I mean, and just wiping out a society, just speaking, you know what I mean? You don't even, it doesn't matter about technology and all these other things, but that was just one thing, just the disease thing, so that was nothing big. I don't want to have a big argument or nothing.
Nah, I ain't gonna argue with you. I know you can't prove what you're saying, but I'm gonna let you
I could definitely prove what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think it was no diseases? How about there wasn't?
There was no disease in Africa.
I know you say that. Hold on for a minute. Let me talk.
In the Dark Ages.
Let me talk. So what's the Dark Ages to you?
The Dark Ages we're going to be talking about from about 500 CE up to the 1500 CE.
What do you think the Dark Age means, though? What does it mean? Disease and all that?
That comes with it. It's the Middle Ages. It's that period in history where they consider European falling back into the Dark Ages. But if you really understand their history, you realize they never was out of it. That's just a continuation. They was in it when the Romans were there. They that portion of Western, Central Europe and Northern up into the North areas was all just the same as it was all the way down to 1500. Just the Dark Ages. There's no other period. There's no other time period for them. So yes, and when we're talking about that time period, as I said, it's very, very bad with plague and disease. Very bad. Worse than anything on Earth because they had crazy practices like of dumping piss and shit just out of your window and just not cleaning it ever. living with animals, just not understanding the basic hygiene. Just it's super nasty, super disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That's the basic practice of everyone across the continent. So you got to understand what you would be dealing with, the kind of flies, the kind of lice, crabs, like you said, syphilis, just disease after disease through the whole period. Through that whole period. Now, see, you're looking it up. Now, you're not going to find that other places in the world.
No, I'm looking up the backup. I supposed to look it up. This
Right,
is a channel where we look stuff up.
Yes, sir. No,
So I don't need to look up to know what the Dark Age really is. I already know. I can say it off the top of my head. I don't have to read anything. But I want to make sure I support what I'm saying.
Right.
Right. From my understanding, the Dark Ages is when the Roman Empire fell. Right? Meaning, the dark meaning no historical, but there wasn't a lot of like books and stuff produced. That's really what it was dark. It wasn't transmitting history.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a portion of the language, right? You had to go all the way back to Rome to get the Latin. These things wasn't transmitted. Okay. So the whole thing of the filthy and dirty, well, that's just, that's part of, right? Being in those places where high medical science ain't being transmitted, right? Remember, it takes the Muslims to transmit the science now. So they lose all these things. It's the Arabs, right? In their golden age,
can I ask you something?
That actually that transmits literature, right? And transmits ideas that was coming from Rome, right? You know what I'm saying? They call it the Age of Enlightenment.
All right, can I ask you something?
So it wasn't based off disease like that. That's doing too much.
Okay.
All humans lived amongst animals. That's how you start to get these genomic transfers, right? Think about it, yo. When you start to raise cattle, that's living amongst the animals. Pigs, that's living amongst the animals. Having pet dogs, that's living amongst the animals. Right now, people have dogs and cats in the house. That's living amongst the animals. Chickens, farm, living amongst the animals. So that's a little, but typically the golden ages is talking about literature. Let me show the screen. Let's just get a basic of it. You went far. I just want to let you know you went the conscious community far.
No, you just
you actually did. You really did.
So
you did.
Conversation.
You went far. You just went far. That's okay.
I mean, that didn't happen. Are you saying what I'm saying?
I'm saying that. I'm saying but you can find that in any place on Earth. Disease.
I challenge you to find it.
Well, you gotta be in the state. You gotta be writing, right? You gotta write.
Yes.
So you can.
So
if you're not writing, you can't document it like
that. There's plenty writing in Africa. More writing in Africa than there was in Europe. You got to know that. You said. Let
me finish reading. The Dark Ages.
Far more writing in ancient and medieval Africa than there is in Europe.
The Dark Ages is a term for early Middle Ages, 5th centuries. Occasionally entire Middle Ages.
Don't do it that way.
15th centuries. In Western Europe after the fall of the Western Empire, which characterized it as marked by economic, intellectual, and cultural decline.
Was all of Europe a part of the Roman Empire?
Let me finish, bro.
Was all of Europe? So why you keep using that? Because all of Europe was not a part of the Roman Empire. Mostly Western and Central Europe.
I'm trying to help you out, yo. I'm trying to help you out.
I know, but this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these.
So you have hold on, yo. If you got a culture decline, you're gonna have a decline in understanding how culture would attack certain things, right?
How was it? Where was the
what are you talking about? Western Europe. I'm telling you what the Dark Ages is, yo. You can't just make your own Dark Ages up,
all
yo.
Of was not in your part where you say the Germanic tribes, that would be Germany and all the Central and up to Northern Europe. That was not a part of the Roman Empire ever. It wasn't a part of the Roman Empire, so there was no fall from civilization. It was just dark. It just been.
No, you made that up. I
didn't make it up. If they weren't a part of the Roman Empire, what fall from civilization are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Come on, nothing. I'm talking real stuff. Look at it. If they're not a part of the Roman Empire, what are they a part of?
Oh, man.
They were in the Dark Ages then.
No, you tripping, yo. You made that up. You made that up.
How am I making it up?
Man, I don't feel like arguing that one. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you get that off.
The Roman Empire. Show the map so everyone can see it. Then you can see the part that's not a part of the Roman Empire.
What are you saying? What is your premise? What are you basically saying, yo? What are you trying to get off?
I was just expressing the point about the disease and I expressed that to you,
So
then you try to check.
humans have diseases everywhere, yo.
But to
It's
look-
not just a
you-
white thing
So
to
go
have
look. So
diseases,
just
though.
look up disease in the Dark Ages. Go
I'm
look
saying
up.
when you listen,
Look up
listen
hygiene.
what I want to tell
Look
you.
up hygiene.
Listen
in
what
the
I want to
Dark
tell
Ages.
you. First of all, man, big up to Kyle, man. He got that green glow.
That was just so you could get
May the force
understanding.
be with you, bro. So
Now,
let's
I
not
don't know why
talk over
that-
each other. Let's
I don't
not
know why
talk
that's
over each other.
bothersome. I just was clearing up the
We
fact
have
that
another member. It's not bothersome. We want to get it accurate, yo. There was a lot of disease
So we should pull it up.
prevalent in Europe.
Pull up
Hold on,
plague
man.
disease in Europe. In
Brother
Middle East.
Derman, man, he got the green glow. He's an official member, yo. Got that glow.
So we could just see what they were living like. Just see what it's like, so you can
No.
see
Hold
if
on.
the
So,
disease was the same in the
man,
rest
you
of the
can't
world.
cut me off, bro. So what I'm saying is, if you have crowded
Let me get
cities,
cut off.
if you have crowded cities, as opposed to urban areas, you're
Oh, we
gonna
have
have
cities
more
in Africa
diseases.
too.
Hold on, you're gonna have more disease. I'm agreeing with you, right? But I'm saying it's not characterized by high level disease. It's characterized by the ignorance, meaning literature. It is literally a term talking about the light, the writing. There's not although there is some writing occurring, it's just not a lot. That's what's meant by dark ages.
There's not a lot
It's not
there.
characterized
Okay.
by
Now,
the diseases like
so
that.
did you
That's
know
all
that
I'm
during the
saying.
did
And
you
so
know
I'm
that
not
the-
saying it wasn't no diseases.
Did
I'm
you know
not
that-
saying that it wasn't high level of diseases, right? I'm saying you want to sit here and say what disease
it
was
was the
here, what
highest.
disease was there.
I said it was the
Whatever.
highest level.
I don't know, man. I need to go. But we know that those cities, right? And getting rid of trash and all that was very, very low. But that's not even that's
What was the
period
hygiene like there?
in Europe. No, I'm
What was
saying,
the
but that's
hygiene
period.
like?
You didn't need a dark age for that. That's what I'm
was
trying
the
to tell you.
hygiene like?
Man, you can go to London in the 1800s, yo, and find stuff like that. That ain't the thing. That's the normative.
Now, is it true that this is the golden age for West Africa, right? The dark age for Europe is the golden age for West Africa, right? You know that, right?
What? Man.
Yeah. The golden age of West Africa is the dark ages for Europe. It's the same time in history.
Man, the golden age of West Africa comes on the heels and together with Islam.
No, it doesn't.
It do.
Okay. The Ghana
It's not
Empire.
period.
The Ghana Empire, please pull it up for everybody watching
I'm
so
not
we can
pulling
see
it up
who
right
knows
now.
what they're talking about, who doesn't.
I'm not pulling up right now. I ain't got
Okay,
time.
it starts at
I don't mind. You know, I don't mind you being right.
300
Though.
AD, so that lets you know it's before the fall of the Roman Empire.
What's going on, Gella? I gotta get out of here. What's up, Gella?
That's West African. That's 300
Gella, what's up, man?
all the way up to 900 at least.
You on mute?
We can pull that up and show it, and we can
We
see
ain't
right from that we go to Mali. From Mali Empire, we go to Song. That's the whole. That's
It's
all
in
the way
the
up to
same
the
time period of the golden age.
Dark Ages. Sorry, hurt you again, Aunt. But
I'm
educate.
not, man. You're not hurting me, bro. I'm trying
Everyone
to.
learns.
We're gonna come back.
And
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. The new members, man. Thurman, appreciate you, man. Kyle, appreciate you, man. Joel, all the members, man. The new members, man. Appreciate you, man. It ain't nothing but love right there, man. That's real, man. Upgrade, man. Where you at, man? Ghana, we're gonna get back at you, bro. I'm telling you, yo. It's not just about disease and make something dark. It's not that, yo. It's transmitting. Literature is the
I
light,
didn't
yo.
say it was only that.
No, but I'm saying you. So now we want to see how many diseases you had and this and that. But we're gonna look into this.
You compared it.
I'm not comparing anything. I have not said that.
What's the
Hey, Gully, your device is messed up. Can't even get it right now, man.
Knowing me, I'm probably
Hey.
in a toxic relationship. You on top of me. If the topic is truly timeless, the conversation should be how I'm and regaining my peace. Shout out to my Virgo women.
Girl, I don't know what's going
Got
on
a
with
Pisces,
this,
stay in the hood. That girl a freak. Can't lie. Certain Geminis ain't for me, but it's on
I
key.
can't
Cause certain
hear you, girl.
upgrades cost a fee. Yeah, so we
Cha,
can
cha,
slide and
cha.
glide. I know you want it. Known to provide the vibe, the moment.
Gullah, you can't talk. Can't hear you, bro. Man, hit that cash app. Show some love, y'all. Appreciate you, man. We on the way out of here, man. Hey. Appreciate you, Ghana, man. Good discourse, man. Hey. Appreciate everybody came through, man. I see you, man. Never said the Ghana Empire wasn't for the Arabs. We was talking about golden ages. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all overdo it. Overdo it. But if I'm proven to be wrong, then I'll just be wrong. That's the moment we will learn. But you know we're not going to do that, y'all. Hey, man. We just need to upgrade, man. Listen, man, I hear y'all chatting in the patty, man. We're coming this evening. We're going to definitely talk about this. This is great conversation. Zoo, be here, brother. Come with the information. Let's have real good, scholarly conversation. We don't want to devalue what they did in West Africa. That wouldn't be right? We know it was Africans that participated in the golden age, you know what I'm saying, of the Arab Empire. Right? There wasn't no Arabs doing that. That was Africans that was there learning, doing it, and pushing it and adding on. We know that. But we want to talk about golden ages. So, Zoo, make sure you come with that. You like getting sources, go get that. And make sure it's characterized as a golden age. All right? That's what we doing. We having fun, yo. We not mad to be wrong, because whenever we wrong, we have actually learned something here. We're not going to fight past the stop signs. We ain't doing none of that. We want to have a nice, healthy environment. Zoo, if you're right, bro. But don't flim-flam us. That's when the fight occurs. The fight always happens when people say stuff but can't bring proper sources to support what they're saying, and that's what the fight is. And try to make something that it ain't, and try to make it seem like we ain't saying what we saying. That's when there's an issue. With that, y'all, I'm out. Upgrade, man. See y'all later, man. The golden age of West Africa. Yo, that's our next show. With that, we out.